Hello, what is calf-fattening juice and how is it relevant to climate change? Hi, Will Perry. Welcome to a slightly different, keeping the conversation alive. But it's a perfectly good conversation to have. So calf-fattening juice. Milk. So many more people. I thought I'd do this today because I think it is relevant to the climate change conversation that's going on. So many more people are aware of the cruelty of the milk industry, of the milk and dairy industry. So this relates to cheese as well, any dairy product, and more are caring about this and changing their habits. So this video is about inviting you to reflect on that industry. So what is calf fattening juice designed to do? The clues in the name, but we call it milk. So what's milk designed to do? It's it's designed to fatten up and feed calves exactly the same way that we give milk to our babies. Human mother's milk or powdered milk, substitute to our babies, to help them grow and to nurture them. But what is getting the calf fattening juice to your table for you to consume personally? What does that involve? Are you aware? If you're a milk drinker or cheese, dairy product consumer, do you actually know? Are you aware? And what do you do if you are aware? What do you do on a subconscious level? Do you just push it out the way, or do you actively engage it, knowing, or the full process of it? In which case, I'm not putting my judgment on you. I just invite you to be fully aware of that, because more and more people are becoming more aware of it, and then with the reality of what we often do is choose not to look. When we do look, we're quite horrified, and then we change our habits, and I think that's a good thing given the climate conversation. So, are you aware of the process involved of how to get milk to your table, to get into the supermarket? It's a massive quantity that we do, massive consumers, and this goes back into history. Calcium ore is very good. Milk, or you need to have it. Giving our kids it at school, giving little milk bottles with straws in. Massive push from the industry, supported by the government, and subsidised by the government, the milk dairy industry. Do you know what you have to do to get a cow to produce milk? You inseminate it artificially, force it to become pregnant. If it has a male, it's killed, it's fattened up, killed, because it's no good to the dairy industry. It doesn't make milk, so fatten it up just enough to kill it, and put it for veal, isn't it? So kill it, slaughter it quickly. But first you have to take it away from their mum, and the mum screams. Of course, why wouldn't a mum scream if their child is forcibly taken away? And I hope you're thinking about this in human terms as well. If we did this in human terms, would you drink readily and put human milk in your coffee? Why would you put animal milk in your anyway, or tea? And this is cultural as well. It's like a massive issue, but often we don't see the reality of a situation. So this is an invitation to see the reality of it. So forcibly impregnate a cow, artificially impregnate a cow. If it gives birth to a baby after the period of obviously growing the baby, if it's a male calf, it's grown enough to slaughter it. If it's female, then it's equally separated. It's not that they go out lovingly together. It's separated from and then forcibly fed in pens that are just awful, until it can then be inseminated and given milk, turned into a dairy producing machine as well. Forcibly inseminated, baby taken away. So all the milk is used for the machine to exhumed. No, exhumed is probably the wrong word. It's siphoned off, to go into the milk production chain. That comes out into your milk. So the milk that you have isn't just one from one cow. Isn't that a nice, clean idea? But it could be thousands of cows and all the infections and bacteria, and then it's pasteurized, so that it's safe and. But the pain that goes through, the care that we imagine is put upon those animals isn't really the reality, and there's tons of videos on that, and I invite you to, in fact you can ask me. I think I've got a really nice one on the dairy industry from Earthling Ed, but you can go and search it on YouTube. Earthling Ed is the channel, and he's a vegan activist, and he puts the reality right there for you to see, it's quite shocking. But so many more people are aware of that and raising the awareness of that. Veganism is a big thing, and it's gathering momentum because more and more people see it and they want to change their habits because they don't want to endorse that industry. So I'm just inviting you, do you know about that? Do you know that all the animals are slaughtered? Because when a cow no longer can produce the baby that produces the milk, then it is sent for slaughter. So it's not like some are kept and have a lovely time. They're milk making machines to give you that milk, or you and your child, or your partners. But there's so many alternatives. There's so many alternatives to the whole cruelty, because it's not just the cruelty, because the resources it takes to feed the animals, to water the animals, the infrastructure to keep them producing the milk and the babies, and that's hugely consumptive industry just to give you the milk. That's calf fattening juice. It's designed, by nature for the calf, not for you to put in your tea. And we got so many. If you notice that in the shelves on the supermarket, your local supermarket, how many alternatives there are. I mean, it used to be that it'd be like oat and almond and soy or something, or maybe rice, and now there's so many, sweetened, unsweetened. There's so many alternatives there, and if you might think, oh, but it doesn't taste right, try something else. Try something else. Try something else. There's so many different flavors out there. There's so many different alternatives that you will be able to, especially if you don't want to support that industry. And they're actually better for you, because it's not 80, it's 60% of people, which is just balmy. 60% of people are lactose intolerant. They're actually not allergic, they're intolerant to baby calf fattening juice. Isn't that crazy? So why wouldn't you have an alternative and explore an alternative that's healthier for you and doesn't involve that and support that whole industry, which actually on the surface of it seems quite barbaric, does it not? So my invitation to you is to question if you really want to endorse that industry if you are a user of milk and dairy products. Because there are alternatives, and that's a wonderful thing that we're using our ingenuity to come up with alternatives for the butter, for the cheese, for the milks, and they're all there already now. So if you want to get involved in the conversation with me, by all means, let me know. But I do this because it's pertinent to the climate change conversation, because it has a massive impact on our climate, and we can choose so easily just not to support that industry, and the many other industries like that will have a massive impact if we just choose not to. And we choose the healthier and more sustainable option. What do you say to that? What do you say to that? I'll be really interested in your feedback. So many thanks. Lots of love to you. Speak to you soon, and have an awesome weekend. If you're watching this via the emails, which come to you Monday to Friday, you can sign up for them. Ask me how. But if you're watching this on another time, I hope you have an awesome rest of the day. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.